So what's happening, guys? Back with another supplement review. This is David with Mission of Muscle. I just finished an hour and a half of training. I just hopped in the car. I've ran this pre-workout that I'm going to review. It's a mainstream type pre-workout. Jym Stoppani's Jym High-Performance Pre. Don't judge me. I've just been running this. I got it. Got my hands on it. Got it for free. And I've been running on those days in between those high stem pre-workouts like Crack Reloaded, Dexter, and all those, just to have a break from the high stems and the DMHAs and the herbs, you know, the dendrobium and all that stuff, just to give my brain a break and just to give my central nervous system a break as well. So I figured there might not be a lot of people interested in this pre-workout, but I'm going to do a breakdown on it just in case you are, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on this. And just so you know, this is a beginner, intermediate type pre-workout, or a pre-workout you use just like I did, just kind of to give yourself a break from maybe high stem type pre-workouts. So there it is, Jym Stoppani's High Performance Pre-Workout. We'll jump right into this. And as you can see, this is a strawberry kiwi. And just so you know, the flavor gods did not come down and zap this with any goodness. So mainstream or not, it's okay. It's not something you're going to be like, that's pretty damn good. It's decent. It's not horrible. It's not the best. I'm telling you that right now. So don't expect any kind of great flavoring from this pre-workout. This is a 1 scoop 30 servings, so it's not bad. The scooper is 26 grams, and an even flat level scoop is 26 grams. And this is a thick powder, so if you go heaping or if you don't flat level that exactly, you're going to get 3 to 4 grams more. So if you're sensitive to stems or you're a beginner, you really want to take a knife on the top of the scooper and scrape the top off to get a really good flat level scoop to get that 26 grams. Like I said, if you're sensitive. We'll jump right into the ingredient profile here. We'll kind of break it up. It's all over the place, but and the ingredients are not efficaciously dosed for scientific studies, but I'll give you guys an idea on what he was trying to put together on this, and yeah, what it delivers. We got right on the top here, creatine HCl at 2 grams. This is a saturation ingredient. You have to be saturated to get the full benefits of creatine. But during a pre-workout at 2 grams HCl, it's a decent dose. It's going to help with some cell volumization, you hope, which is going to help with some kind of power through your reps and your sets. Then we have Beta-Alanine at 2 grams. Low dosed, but just so you know, for those that are new, this comes in at like a medium level, and it's a good source Beta-Alanine. Getting that out of the way, it hangs on for a good hour, so you feel it in the background, but it's tapering down, so it hits hard for, not hard, but that medium level, if that's hard to you, for about, I'd say, 25 minutes, and starts tapering off, but it hangs around. You feel it in the background. Not a lot of ingredients in this that come on really quick, so you just feel it. And then we got Betaine, which is for some cell hydration at 1.5 grams. This is not efficaciously dosed, but it is going to help with some cell hydration. It's also going to have some health benefits to it. So I can see he's actually really, zoning into a healthy pre-workout here so far. He's not really zoning into some hardcore pre-workout. Then we have taurine, 1 gram, more cell hydration, a little bit of blood flow, other benefits, brain health, heart health, anti-cramping. Then we have alpha-GPC, the AlphaSize version, which is supposed to be the high-quality version. It's a choline source. It's going to help with cognitive function, memory, and contractions. 150 milligrams. They're not saying if this is 50% or not. So if this is a 50% source, which most of them are, then it's 75 milligrams. So it's not going to give you like a real big kick, choline kick as far as cognitive function. I mean, I just reviewed Rampage. It had 800 milligrams of alpha-GPC in it. Then we have Citrulline Malate at 6 grams. This is a vasodilator and an energy-sourced ingredient. This is going to help with vasodilation. It's going to give you about 4 grams, a little less, right around of L-citrulline, which can help with vasodilation, blood flow, and pumps. Then the malic acid is going to work during the citric acid cycle or the Krebs cycle by providing energy, ATP sourcing through the mitochondria during your training, especially if you're pushing out really hard. Then we have beetroot at 500 milligrams, which is something you could have left out. Just so you know, new beginners, intermediates to pre-workouts, and they want to know about pre-workouts, beetroot is a snake oil ingredient for pre-workouts. I'm not saying it doesn't have any benefits to it on its own, but he's putting this in this as a vasodilator, 500 milligrams of beetroot is only going to yield about 7 milligrams of nitrates when you literally need 300 to 500 in that upper level of nitrates to actually get vasodilation and pump effects. So that's why I call it a snake oil ingredient, but it's in there. And then he threw in some BCAAs. 3 grams of L-leucine, 3 grams of isoleucine, all right, 3 grams of leucine, 1.5 grams of isoleucine, 1.5 grams of valine. In a pre-workout, it is going to help with appetite suppressant, and it's going to help with some neurotransmitters in the brain. It's going to spike muscle protein synthesis a little bit, but most of all, if you're pushing in the gym, it's going to be kind of an extra energy source during your training. So it's going to help with the energy. It's going to help with the anti-fatigue effects mentally, especially when he put in a good dose of L-tyrosine at 1.5 grams, which is fantastic to put in a beginner pre-workout, because this is going to help with that stress-induced fatigue mentally that you get during training. So it's going to help keep your cognitive function and your memory elevated, and a little bit of well-being there. Then we have caffeine anhydrous at 300 milligrams. It's a decent everyday dose. And Huperzine A at 50 micrograms, small dose, but this is a choline source that it helps you naturally produce choline and utilize it in the brain for better cognitive function. Then we have black pepper extract at 5 milligrams. This is an ingredient. It's pretty low dose, but it's to digest everything and bring it all together. So, pre-gym, high-performance pre-workout. How did it do? You're going to take the scoop. I already talked about the Beta-Alanine, so we'll talk about the other effects. You're going to feel the energy on this pre-workout come in super smooth. You're really not going to feel a kick until probably the 30-35 minute mark. And nothing outrageous. This just kind of flows in, just what you would expect for those that know about ingredients, even if it's just a little bit. It just kind of comes in at 30-35 minute mark, 300 milligrams of caffeine, all the way up until about 50-55 minutes. And that's pretty much where you're going to be sitting with that jolt of 300 milligrams of caffeine. You might feel a little bit more, like you might say, oh, feels like a little bit more than 300 milligrams of caffeine because of the higher dosed L-tyrosine at 1.5 grams, because L-tyrosine does help with neuroadrenaline, so it does add at like high dosages to the stimulant effect, but not much, just a little bit. So it holds it too. So when you're training on this thing, you're going to get a good hour and a half of some really decent energy of training, even if you're pushing out hard. I pushed it each time I trained on this thing. No matter what pre-workout I take, I push it, and I push it to the limit in the gym, and it held me for an hour and a half. That was really good energy wise. And then that is sometimes when I train at 2 hours, I can still push out the rest of the weights. It's just not really like high energy that last half an hour. You dial down off of the energy effects on this, super smooth. There is nothing left over. You're just back to normal. This does give, because of the caffeine and that tyrosine, for those that are new, this will give a sense of well-being. So there's no kind of euphoric effects or anything like that, but you do get a small sense of well-being on this thing. Focus on this thing is, I'd say, medium low. So you're going to get notched up, and you're going to feel some more concentration, some more memory function, some more focus, less fatigue because of the L-tyrosine, but it's not a whopping hitter as far as nootropic wise. It just steps you up. Pumps on this thing, pumps are very, very light on the tightness and the cell swelling, super light. So for a beginner or lower intermediate, it's just kind of just going to be there. It's going to help with some blood flow, which is also going to help with the energy output in the gym and some powering through your sets and reps, but it's not going to be anything drastic. You want to throw something on here like CellFlow 6 if you want to upscale those pumps. Today I did 900 milligrams of CellFlow 6 with this thing. So pumps were feeling really good and up the power output. Geez, 50% to 100%. I mean, power output just totally changed with the 900 milligrams of CellFlow 6 on this thing. If you're beginning and you do sit there and go, oh, CellFlow 6, I'm going to get myself some. Start with like 600 milligrams. 900 milligrams is a good whopping dose. I'm used to it. So, but it does, you get some, this will change this whole pre-workout if you do that. I'll put a link down below to the one that I used. Other than that, I think pre-Jym Stoppani. I think Jym Stoppani did a very good job on this pre-workout. It's kind of out of all the high stem type stem junkie pre's and like the effects being so kind of like out there and you just don't know what to expect. Delivering this review is kind of hard for me because it's just so basic, but I kind of wanted to make it a rundown of the ingredients a little bit for those that are actually searching pre-gym to see if it's something they want to try. It is a very safe, very healthy pre-workout. Like I said, for beginners, for low intermediate, or those that just want a healthy pre that's just going to give them like a 300 milligram kick of energy, a little bit of vasodilation, and a little bit of focus. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I wouldn't call it the best pre-workout out there. Is it memorable? No. I think NCN supplements Synergy is probably the best healthy, memorable pre-workout for me, but this is not bad. So it's worth it for the 30 servings and the price if it's something you're interested in. Pre-gym, high performance, pre-workout. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for visiting the channel. I appreciate all you guys. I'm going to get going off to work. If you can, before you leave, give the video a thumbs up. It does help the channel. It makes me feel good too. This is Dave. I'm signing off. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you guys next time.